Here we are in London, one of the biggest cities in the world, for one of the biggest events in the world.
Yes, Seth, it's certainly going to be an exciting one. After years of preparation, London is finally ready to welcome the world to the 2012 Olympic Games.
Such a magnificent city, so many views with the Thames stretching away into the distance, and with so many new venues waiting to be tested, this really could be the best games ever. The Olympic Stadium's splendid, glowing like a beacon here in London's East End.
And there, the Olympic torch, the iconic symbol of the Games, shining over the city of London. What an absolutely beautiful sight.
So many nations represented here, all ready to compete in true Olympic spirit.
Yes, 80,000 people they're expecting in that stadium, and it's going to be full to the brim. Not a spare seat in the house. Just imagine the excitement down there in the crowd.
Fireworks to show the start of these games, and the first event is first thing tomorrow. The Olympic Stadium in London's East End. Some terrific views over the city, but now it's time for the next event to take place. 80,000 here and there, all watching. The Olympic Games always has a habit of making superstars, and there's no reason why this athlete can't be the story of this Games.
The next event is a semi-final of a men's long jump.
Well, let's see who's going to be competing in the qualifying of the long jump. Well, this field could cause a few problems for the favourites here. There really are plenty of medal candidates in this group. Can we see something special with this attempt? Well, obviously the nerves are at an absolute premium here. Here's the scoreboard after that last round.
The competitor representing Brazil.
Here we go again then. Well, this athlete seemed to struggle there in slowing down enough to hit the board. Maybe he's in the wrong event. This isn't the 100 metres. If you take off before the board, you're giving away real estate, and nobody wants to do that. Here's the replay. So 7th place out of 8. It's not the best of reading for this athlete, but it's what the scoreboard's saying. It's the brutal truth, I'm afraid. 4th attempt this, 2 more remain. Well, just didn't get enough height on that jump to get the distance. Well, let's have a look at the replay. This is the 5th round of the long jump. Away we go. Well, that was an overcautious jump, taking off well in front of the board. There's the replay. Got to hit the board flush here. Really quick on the runway, and
The angle, well, perhaps not the best for this athlete. Here's the replay. The fans have applauded, but I think he knows he's missed out here. And the confirmation of the final results now on the scoreboard. Well, that's a good performance, but in the end, not quite enough to qualify for the final. To the Olympic Stadium, the jewel in the crown of the Olympic Park. This is the place where these athletes will take the next step on their Olympic dream. Well, let's have a look at the start list then.
The next event is a semi-final of the men's distance.
Well, the trick here is for these athletes to show that they have speed across the circle, power and then explosion in the throw, and technique crucial to get anywhere near that world record distance. Well, that went wrong, and badly wrong, so it's a foul. Let's take another check on the standings then.
Next up, the competitor representing Brazil.
Off he goes in round number 2. Foul throw. Well, that was a poor attempt. If you can't clear the cage, then there's no chance of getting any distance.
Next up, the
Let's have a look at the
competitor
leaderboard.
representing Brazil.
Third attempt now. Well, that's not a good attempt. In fact, it's a foul. Well, let's take a check on the scoreboard after that last round.
From Brazil.
One of the key things to the technique of throwing a discus is to impart as much spin on it as possible. The greater the spin, the greater the gyroscopic stability. Well, that attempt's going to count for nothing, I'm afraid to say. It's a foul. Won't trouble the leaderboard with that. Foul throw.
Next up, the competitor representing
As we have confirmation
Brazil.
now on the scoreboard. I feel very sorry for this athlete. Inconsolable after that performance. Nowhere near. Tennis taking centre stage then as we look forward to this, as do a capacity crowd. This should be a great matchup. Today it's Brazil versus Great Britain. next, Brazil and Great Britain.
Well, I'm looking forward to this one. Can't wait for it all to start. In the commentary box for us, Alison Kirbishley.
Thanks, there. Well, there's the confirmation then of who's going to be going head-to-head in this match. Well, he was simply just not good enough there, and he's going to lose the point on that one.
0-1.
Setting the court alive with their play. Absolutely deserved that point.
Britain to serve. 1-1.
So the rally really starting to take shape. Asking the questions with a backhand. Oh, well, the questions are coming hard and fast across the net at him. He just doesn't seem to have the answers. Crowd starting to get into the game as the rally starts building.
1-4.
Absolutely textbook stuff out there today. What a lovely smash there to win the point.
Britain to serve. 4-2.
This rally really starting to take shape now. Fantastic backhand. Awesome defence from both players with this rally. This is poetry in motion with that backspin shot. So the rally's starting to take shape. That backhand's not going to help him. Both players really starting to build the pressure now on this rally. What beautiful technique with the backhand there. Backhand across the net. A fantastic forehand there. Magnificent work with the backspin there. What an incredible rally. The crowd are really loving this. Great technique on show with the backhand. Well, his opponent was just simply too good for him there, and he'll lose the point. The crowd are really appreciating this now. What great play to win the point with. Great pressure from the other side of the table. He just wasn't up to scratch there.
6-5.
Looking to force the errors. Both players determined to keep that ball in play. So with game one complete now, let's have a quick look to see how that affects the scoreboard. Well, he really needs to focus now. Here we go with the first serve of the second game. Oh, he wanted that, didn't he? He'll be pleased with the point.
1-0.
They're really showing great play there and quite rightly take the point.
Britain to serve. 0-2.
Great work to take the point. Now what can they do from here?
0-3.
Rally starting to build. Brings the backhand shot into play. Keeping that ball alive on the table. Great rally. Oh, he's gifting the point to his opponent with that side spin shot. Straight across the net with the backspin. Testing his opponent with the backspin. Oh, using the backspin now.
4-0.
Good movement for the backhand. There it is, the backhand shot. Will this be a winner with the backspin? Plays the forehand there. Full stretch for the forehand there. Just places the ball with a backhand. Well, after all of that, they get the point. Look what it means to them.
Game point.
Well, what a crucial moment here, serving for the game. Rally starting to build. Neither player prepared to give an inch on this rally. Well, the crowd are really getting their money's worth now. It's a game each as we head into the third and final game. Using his backhand shot. Wow, that backhand, what a joy to watch. A superb display of technique there. Down the line the ball goes, and he wins the point for that.
0-2.
Absolutely fantastic play on court today. The crowd are on their feet with that point won. Looking to force the errors. Commanding the table with his backspin. No speed lost on the ball there with the backhand. Great technique on display with a forehand. Playing on the backhand. Oh, that backhand, what a joy to watch. He's looking for the point with a smash there. Absolutely amazing backspin. Backhand to keep the rally going. Keeps the ball alive with a backhand. Just places the ball with a backhand. Brings the backhand shot into play. That could be costly, that backspin return. Playing on the backhand. Brings in the side spin shot now. Backhand across the net. Struck that beautifully on the backhand side. Great return with a smash. Oof, point lost there. He just couldn't return it successfully. Well, he really is starting to dominate the match now. Another point won as he extends his lead. Well, some great play out there on the table. He takes the point, and I'm sure he takes a lot of confidence from that as well. Oh, that mistake could cost him. It could cost him big.
Match point.
Match point now. Can they get that place in the final? Rally starting to build. Really can't afford to lose any focus now with this rally. So time now to hand over to Seth Bennett.
Good stuff, Alison, thank you. Let's take a check on the final standings. Excellent news as the scoreboard confirms it. A first place finish, and that assures qualification. It's a terrific atmosphere, and this really should bring the best out of these athletes. Let's take a look at the lineup for this event.
On your mark. Set.
Well, let's have a look at the lineup.
Zealand.
It's going to come down to which athletes prepared the best for these games. This is the pressure moment.
Set.
They're off. Well, this athlete may realise that a run like this could earn a taste of success. The halfway point fast approaching here. Now's the time for these athletes to really make their move. Brazil lead here. Japan in second and Italy in third. Can he hold it together? Brazil will go through in first place. Japan finish second and move on to the final. Third place and Italy qualify. Well, the celebrations are big, but there's still one more thing to complete here. That, of course, is the final with great qualification. Well, here's the replay then of this race, and another really good performance. In fact, an excellent performance, looking really good through the opening stages, and then when it came down to the technique, holding together, the stamina kicked in. What a run. Terrific. Let's take a check at the scoreboard after that one then. This is where the medals are on the line, a chance to win gold. This is the final of the men's table tennis. Today it's Brazil up against China. Well, the next event's ready to go. Let me hand you over to your commentator, Alison Kirbysh.
Thanks very much, sir. Well, this match is going to be mouth-wateringly good. Here are our two competitors. Oh, he's just starting to frustrate his opponent that little bit more. He takes the point and he's building in confidence. Well, forces his opponent's error there. He quite rightly takes the point for that.
0-2.
He really is rising to the occasion of the Olympic Games. What fantastic play to win the point there. Crowd starting to get into the game as the rally starts building. Here's the backspin. Will it fool his opponent? Backhand to keep the rally going. And just listen to the crowd as he throws in a backspin shot.
Brazil to serve. 4-0.
Keeps the ball alive with a backhand. Throws open the door with a backspin shot. Wow, this is a really long rally now. He just couldn't handle it there. He needs to really focus more now. Well, you really can see confidence starting to build now. After another point added to the table, it's a big lead. So the rally really starting to take shape. Forehand keeps the rally going. Using his backhand shot. There it is, the backhand shot. Fantastic rally kept alive with that backhand. He's really making his opponent work with that forehand. That backhand will test his opponent. It's a good return to him, but what a forehand. Precision play with the backhand. Trying to fox his opponent with a backspin there. Great technique on show with the backhand. Good movement for the backhand. Well, I'm not sure his opponent is enjoying it as much as the crowd are, but he will take the confidence from that point. This rally really starting to take shape now. With game one complete now. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. It really could get interesting from here. Well, it could be a pivotal serve here as we start the second game now. Oh, he loses the point. He just simply wasn't good enough there. Backhand to keep the rally going. Backhand across the net.
To serve. 1-1.
So the rally's starting to take shape. Forehand keeps the game in play. Absolutely no room for a loss of concentration now. Well, he really won't be happy with that. He loses the point there with that play. Oh, after that mistake, he really does look to the team bench for some answers.
1-3.
Oh, agonising for him. Just missed out on the point there. Big swipe for the forehand. Both players really matching each other now with this rally. What a shame, he's trailing here. And the difference between the two players is getting bigger. Rally starting to build. Slows it right down with a great backspin shot. Oh, that really is a great point one. He has to take confidence from that. His confidence must be taking a battering. It's another point lost, and he's really falling behind here.
2-6.
Rally starting to build. Both players determined to keep that ball in play. Both players really fighting for the point there, but keeping the rally alive. Well, he really has clawed his way back into this match to take it to a third and final game. It's 1-1. So the rally's starting to take shape. That backspin shot is mesmerising. Oh, that backhand, what a joy to watch. Well, that ball straight down the line will cost him a point. He's got to learn how to cover those. Crowd starting to get into the game as the rally starts building. Good movement for the backhand. Asking the questions with a backhand. Flies across the net with that forehand. Struck that beautifully on the backhand side. Beautiful technique with the backhand there. Precision play with the backhand.
1-1.
Well, he's really got the crowd on side now. He wins that point. Can he keep it going? Well, there's definitely no argument there at all. He wins the point with that fantastic play.
1-3.
Oh, he just couldn't handle it there. He didn't have the answers.
2-3.
Rally starting to build. Fantastic rally kept alive with that backhand. Wow, that backhand, what a joy to watch. Well, he's leading now, but it really is only by a small margin. It's still all to play for. Working the ball with the backspin. Looking for the point with that forehand. No speed lost on the ball there with the backhand. Fantastic backhand. That's a woeful backhand. He whacks the brakes on the ball with a backspin. Forehand back across the net. Tries to take advantage with a backspin shot. Sends the ball back with side spin. Well, he won't be complaining, will he? He's doing really well out there, developing into a nice lengthy lead.
To serve. 2-6.
Looking to force the errors. Awesome defence from both players with this rally. Well, it really did go all the way this match into the third game, but in the end, he takes it by winning 2 games to 1. So time now to hand back over to Seth Bennett.
Well, goodness me, that was a good result. Alison, thank you very much indeed. Let's take one last look at the final standings. Well, it's time now to crown the Olympic champion. The flags fly high, as now we'll pause for a moment to reflect on a terrific performance. The flags of success fly high over the stadium. And these moments will be captured and will be on the front pages of the papers in the morning. Terrific performances rewarded with gold, silver and bronze. Let's have a look at the overall medal tally. Welcome along to the Olympic Stadium. This, though, is the last session of the day.
The next event is the final of men's 200 meters.
The athletes are ready. Let's take a look at the lineup. Well, the pressure's on here. The crowd are expecting a fast time.
Set.
And we're off. Needs to improve on this position. Into the stride in the early stages. Midway round the bend, and that's a quarter of the race gone. Very close to the front as we approach the midway point. Very tight between these. Brazil lead. Japan looking good in second. In third, Italy. Now they head towards the line. It's goal for Brazil. Japan in second place takes silver. Bronze for Italy. What a performance, and look at that celebration. A jig of delight on the track here. Outstanding start, off the blocks quickly, straight into the stride pattern, and then it was a case of showing some heart through the middle part of the race, really putting the foot to the floor and then driving towards the line. That was brilliant. Another superb event for Brazil, a gold medal. This is a proud moment for this athlete as the crowd rises one for the national anthem. A lifetime of commitment and years of training and hard work, all for this one moment. Well, this place is rocking, and quite rightly so. The sheer joy and ecstasy on his face tells you everything you need to know about how much winning a medal at the Olympics really means. The final event of this session at the Aquatic Centre here in Stratford. The athletes are ready, 17,500 fans are ready. Let's get it on. Every Olympics has a superstar. China have got a good legacy in this event. 4 times they've been able to take a medal, but also there's been success for the Netherlands and Germany. Silence descends.
This is qualifying, and we're underway for the women's 50 metres freestyle. The rhythm's good. Sweden are in first, Ireland in second place. In third place, it's South Korea. Needs everything here. It's Sweden who'll qualify in first place. It's silver for Great Britain. And moving on to the final in third, South Korea. And eighth, Brazil. This swimmer may want to look away now. This certainly wasn't one of their best races of the... This is the sprinters' equivalent of the 100 metres in swimming. 50 metres, one length of the pool. Here we go. Shall we cheer right onto the line as now the athletes take to their blocks. They're in the pool and away they go in the qualifying rounds of the women's 50 metres freestyle. Very much up with the leaders here. Brazil lead here. Sweden second. In third place it's South Korea. Who's going to touch him first? Brazil will go through in first place. In second and qualifying is Great Britain. In third place and moving on, it's Sweden. So much you could say about this performance, but I'll leave it at this. Excellent. Great start, super middle, and a great surge towards the end. Technically, fantastic. Plenty of crowd support here. They're all ready to get this event underway. Well, this course will ask everything. The opening is fairly quick. The men's K1 event was first introduced to the Games in Munich. The Olympic Games always has a habit of making superstars. There's no reason why this athlete can't be the story of this Games. Well, needs to leave everything on the line here. This is where all of those positive thoughts, the good energy, needs to be in their mind. If you don't believe at this point, you're never going to believe. Well, it doesn't matter how you hit the gate or how hard you hit the gate. As long as you make contact, you will be penalised. Kept dry through Ben Nevis. That first segment of this race was very slow. Well, that's another gate pass, no problems. Flip that gate. That's a slow time, I'm afraid to say. Not good, I'm afraid. Through yet another gate. Well, this hasn't been a good run, I'm afraid. Too many penalties being taken all the way down. Paddled nicely through that gate. One section to go and miles away from the lead. Really going for it towards Big Ben. Clean through that last gate.
All right.
With a time of
Very average there.
8.95.
Here's the replay.
Well, a good performance from this athlete, one that gives respect to him and the spirit of the Olympics. Well, let's take a final look at the standings then, and this is confirmation. Well, there's more in the tank for this athlete. A fourth place finish, but still a place in the final.
83.
Welcome back. This is the Aquatic Centre for one of the most eagerly anticipated events of this Olympic Games. It's the final of the women's 50 metres freestyle. Really important for a good start here. Everyone's in the pool and we're underway in the final of the 50 metres freestyle. Good stroke technique. Out in front, Sweden. Australia in second place. In third place, Spain. The last few metres, gold, Great Britain, silver, Sweden, Brazil finish with bronze. Here's the replay, and there is little to worry about here for this athlete. A really good performance. Everything from the breathing pattern to the stroking pattern, all very, very good, and that is why they finished where they did. Stadium rises here to salute three fine competitors, fully deserving of the accolades that they're receiving. Let's round things up then with a quick glance at the medal table. Welcome to the Lee Valley White Water Course for the men's kayak slalom. These athletes had a great build-up to the Games, and there's no reason why they can't push the envelope here. Safely through another gate. Approaching Piccadilly Circus, while passing these gates with ease. Must get the line into Ben Nevis right here. Had to slow down to get through that gate. Still in with a shout at the first time check, paddling furiously through Ben Nevis. Passes that gate with ease. At the second check, this is okay. The fewer the penalties, the more chance of winning a medal. Well, that's a quick time. That's good stuff at time check number 3. Well, although those gates look like nothing on the TV, I've got to be honest, they absolutely sting when you hit them that hard. Here's the replay. Well, that's a really good performance, and this athlete will be really happy with that. Team USA has another Olympic champion and another gold medal for the table. Well, here we are for the medal ceremony, a really well-fought event. These three so closely matched in this competition, and to come away with silver is no mean feat. Time now to take a quick look at the medal table.
Guards Parade, and this is the home of the women's beach volleyball.
To the semi-final of the women's beach volleyball.
Up next, Brazil against the USA.
Let's welcome the officials.
Well, let's go to the beach volleyball next at Horse Guards Parade. Your commentator is Alison Kirbishley, who will describe all the action.
0-0.
Here we go then, first serve. And it's an error from their opponents, which means they get the point. Fantastic pressure play from them.
1-0.
She serves, can they maintain control? Well, it was their opponents that made the error there. That means they get the point. They've got to be happy with that.
2-0.
Playing so well there and quite rightly take the point as a result. And wow, their lead just continues to get bigger after every single point.
4-0.
And of course, that first set now means they take the lead. Here we go then, the first serve of the second set. Piling the pressure on, they take the point. Where can they go from here? What a display of beach volleyball on court. They deservedly win that point. Both looking for that crucial time to smash. Build-up play essential. Just listen to the crowd. What a shot. Straight down the middle. They didn't stand a chance.
1-2.
Precision play on court. Real teamwork. They deserve the point.
3-1.
Not showing any nerves with that serve. Team awareness is so impressive in this game. Fantastic work. Piling the pressure on their opponents. They take the point. Match point now. Can they get that place in the final? Pressure's starting to build on our teams, who can hold their concentration. They're almost there. This is the chance to clinch the place in the final. Match point. Well, as you can hear, the crowd are really appreciating that fantastic...
EXL London is an existing exhibition and conference centre in the Docklands area of the city. This still, though, is one of the... Olympics has a superstar, and there's every chance that this athlete could be the face of London 2012. Needs to keep the mind focused here. Gotta build up this power. Well, doesn't manage to lift anything here, and that's a real worry. Well, here's the scoreboard, and that tells its own story. This is the second round. This athlete is giving absolutely everything. Drives through his legs. Now are his arms strong enough to keep this up? Drives through the legs. Now it's just down to the strength in the arms. Is he strong enough? It's all about technique, and practice makes perfect. There's no doubt this athlete certainly has ability. So many options to go for. Three lights out, and that's a perfectly acceptable attempt. Crowd like it. Thoroughly fed up, understandably so. That performance was nowhere near this athlete's best, and I don't really understand why. Here is the replay. Well, let's take a final check then at the scoreboard. The post-mortem starts here for this athlete. Welcome along to Horse Guards Parade then. Beautifully set right in the heart of the middle of London. In between Parliament, Buckingham Palace and the Mall. This is a place really that is steeped in history. Versus the USA.
Well, this is the moment that both teams have been eagerly anticipating. We're now just moments away from a fantastic match. Well, the crowd are ready, the court's ready, are the players ready? Here we go with the first serve. Great teamwork, forcing the error from their opponents means they get the point. Well, a point lost there. They really can't afford many more of those. They've got to pick it up now. What an awesome display of beach volleyball on court today. That's a point won and a point on the board for them. It was very much the approach play that put their opponents under pressure. That gave them the point. The crowd go wild and they respond. What a point won. Here we go then, a good serve here and they could win the set. nail it with that one.
0-0.
Here she goes with the serve. Well, a point lost there. They'll be absolutely kicking themselves over that one, but they can't let it get them down.
1-0.
Well, it's as simple as that. Straight down the middle, no messing around. The point's theirs.
1-1.
She certainly puts the opponents on the back foot with that serve. Precision play, real teamwork, deserve that point. Well, that's a point lost there. And everyone in the arena here can see they're not happy with that.
2-2.
A valuable point lost there. They can't be happy with that. Changes will really need to happen after that one. And quite rightly, the point's theirs. A shot straight down the middle, showing great technique.
3-3.
Pressure's building on this rally now. A point won there, and I'm sure they'll be the first to agree that was all down to their opponent's error. Testing the opponents with that serve. What a strong performance there. A clear win in the end. 2-0. That's all the action on the sand for now. Back over to you, Seth Bennett.
Thanks, Alison. Time then to have a look at the final results.
This is a really proud moment for this athlete. All of those years of hard work, the early mornings, the late nights, the stamina sessions, and all for today. Family and friends and the nation rise as one, as now we crown. Go then in the qualifying rounds of the men's Kieran, the crowd absolutely.
Track cycling was held indoors at the Olympic Games for the very first time in Montreal in 1976. And they're off, they're underway. Awesome performance from Jamaica, who lead the pack. Got to be careful not to use too much energy up here. Really is hustling down the back straight. Brilliant cycling. The final lap approaches. Now down to the sprint finish. This is really being wound up. This is going to be a quick race. Brazil lead here. Jamaica in second. Now it's down to heart. Now it's down to strength. Who has the kick as they go around the final bend? Brazil will go through in first place. Jamaica go through in second. Third for the USA. Looks so composed through this race. And that's what good athletes do. They look good up. Well, this event has changed over the years with the redesign of the javelin. Javelin's long been the domain of the Scandinavian countries, and that's been the case in recent years as Norway are the reigning champions. The 90s were dominated by the Czech Republic and the 80s by Finland. Well, not bad. Well, that's the end of the round, and comfortably in the lead here. It really has been an impressive performance. Good throw that from Brazil. That's the end of the round, and it's going to be really tough for the rest of the field to catch this athlete now. Well, that's a good performance. Stirring stuff as that round comes to a close, and the scoreboard tells it all. A huge lead in this one. Good stuff. Well, after that round, this athlete, much to the crowd's delight, is in the lead. Here we go again then in round 5 of the javelin. Well, that's just great. A new personal best. What a performance. Sprinting towards the line. Good from Brazil. That's really good in and about the leaders. Well, that's a close one. Well, let's have another look at that performance. Good technique. Absolutely rock solid technique.
83.8.
Keirin event, the riders are required to remain behind the pacer that starts deliberately slowly, around 25 kilometers an hour. Gradually, as the race goes on, the speed is increased until the pacer leaves the track with about 700 meters to go. By the end, the riders are already going at 50 kilometers an hour. However, over those final 3 laps, that pace will increase by another 20 kilometers an hour as these riders all go for that sprint finish. Just winding up the speed as they go around. 500 meters to go. Not a bad break. This is where they really wind it on. Into the final lap. In first place, it's Brazil. Under 100 meters to go. Brazil take gold, Jamaica take silver, and it's bronze for the USA. Well, what's lots of raw aggression in this performance. Really did work very, very hard. And when it came down to the crunch, was there to deliver. The performance deserving of a gold medal, and now the ceremony to celebrate the achievements of this athlete. What a performance it was. The nation. Today will have to send that javelin out towards 90 metres to take home the medal.
Representing Brazil.
Well, this athlete's track record is magnificent. This one's over 60 metres, but what's that going to do on the scoreboard?
66.5. Next up, the competitor representing
Here we go
Brazil.
then, round two. Uncoils now. Well, that's going to go out, and it's going to be long, this one, very long. Oh, that's massive! Absolutely massive! A huge new personal best. Looks like a long one, heading towards 80 metres. Well, this athlete's right in the medal mix then with a new personal best.
Next, the athlete from Brazil.
When just at his back. Decent trajectory, this one, as it launches out. Well, he likes that. It's been a good performance.
Representing Brazil.
Round number 5. Well, that's not bad, but it's not great either. Well, here's the scoreboard at the end of that round, and it shows first place. Well, personal best, what a performance, and the crowd respond. What a celebration. Let's take another look at this. Brilliant. One last check then on the final standings, and Brazil take home gold. Well, the crowd rise, they bounce in delight, because now we're going to have a medal ceremony. And you might see 3 big tough men, but this will be an emotional moment. There could well be tears here. Well, let's have a look at what that does to the medal table. The first event of the day at Lord's, and there's plenty of questions that need answering. Every Olympics has a superstar.
The next event is a semi-final of the women's archery.
Well, let's take a check on the lineup then, and it really is a strong field in this event. This is the first arrow of the first end. Great shot for 9. Arrow number 2 then. Not bad. 5 points. Take aim. That's 4. The inner black circle.
With a score of 18.
Here's the replay of that. Well, let's take a check on the results at the end of round 1.
The athlete from Brazil. Brazil.
Arrow 1, end 2. You can add on 6 for that. This is arrow number 2 of the second end. The inner red, 8 points. This is the 6th arrow of the competition. So close to the maximum. That's 9. Well, here's the replay. Top 3 at this stage of the competition is right where the athletes want to be. For qualification, imperative that you do remain at the top end of the leaderboard. That's 7. Having seen the first arrow, what adjustments will this athlete make for arrow number 2? That's in the centre. 10 more points to the total. This is the final arrow in end number 3. That's 8. Let's take a check on the replay. Well, it's a good position to be in. Second place for this athlete on the scoreboard. That looks very promising. The blue inner circle's 6 points. This is the penultimate arrow in the competition. That's 5 points in the blue. This is the last arrow of the competition. 6 more to the total.
Brazil with a score of...
Let's take a look at that replay. 4 good ends for the athlete sees them in a qualification position. Welcome to the Olympic Stadium. 80,000 people on hand here.
The next event is a semi-final of men's shot put.
Pre-Munich in 1972, the shot put was an American stronghold event. Since then, though, the European nations have really taken over. Well, that's a foul, and I'm afraid to say
Next up,
it's back to the drawing board after that last attempt. I think he'll be quite happy with that throw. Let's have a look at the scoreboard after that round, and it makes good reading. First place. Round number 3. This is an enthralling shot put competition. Explosive release. Been threatening to do it for some time, and now here's confirmation. A new personal best. Well, that was an average performance. Let's take another look at the scoreboard then.
From Brazil.
5th attempt now. Good approach, this. Well, the crowd appreciates it, but I think he knows he can throw further. A wonderful performance so far, and the results on the scoreboard are just as electrifying. It is a terrific, terrific lead that this athlete takes from here. Well, not Brazil's best throw of the competition. I'm sure they can improve on that. But let's have a look at the replay. This really is a good throw. Of preparations,
Since Beijing, these athletes now must be ready. Any injuries, any doubts must be shoved clear from their mind. Bingo, just what the doctor ordered. Arrow number 2. The outer yellow circle, that's 9 points. This is the third arrow, end number 1. That's the maximum, 10 points.
Brazil with a score of 29.
Let's check on the replay.
Next up,
To the first end,
representing
first
Brazil.
place, cool as a cucumber, totally relaxed, an outstanding first round. Good arrow, 7 points. Second end, arrow number 2. Good aim, 8 points. This is the final arrow before the midway point in this competition. That's a decent shot, 7 points.
Brazil with a score of
Here's the replay. A super start to this competition. First place at the midway point shows this athlete is all about the business of winning a gold medal. That's 6 points. This is the second arrow. 6 points on the blue inner circle. The athlete's looking for a yellow finish to end number 3. The line was good, but in the end,
Brazil with a score
the power needed to be different. Well, in the top 3 after that last round, third place is a good position to be in. Arrow 1, end 4. In the red, not bad. Second arrow. And you can add 7 to the total for that. Last arrow, pressure's on. And this really is a sport where millimeters count. Here's the replay. Second in the standings, that means silver. A place on the podium and a moment to be proud of for Brazil, who take silver.
The winner of the silver medal, Brazil. The winner of the bronze medal, Great Britain.
Let's see who's won the medals then. The next event here at the Olympic Stadium will come from the infield. One of the field events. This is the final of the men's shot put. This looks good. Technique absolutely perfect.
Next up, the competitor
Here we are in
representing
round 2.
Brazil.
He'll be happy with that. Well, this is a terrific shot put event. A number of different contenders that could all take home a medal here. Well, that one takes a big sort of turf out, and it should be around 16 metres. Halfway through then, and the scoreboard is a welcome sight for this athlete, proudly sitting on top of the leaderboard. Good performance, that. This is a tremendous shot put event. Great competition. This looks very good. Well, laying down the gauntlet to those around them. That's another terrific effort from this athlete. Not quite perfection, but not far off. It's good distance on that shot. A historic day, and quite rightly the fans know to applaud. They show their knowledge. Everything went right here. Quick across the circle and then explosive as the shot went flying high into the air. Great throw.
This for me is always one of the best bits at an Olympic Games, when finally you see the athletes on the podium, and now the moment that they can all enjoy the sound of the national anthem. Let's see who's got what there.
For the moment, the flame continues to burn here at the Olympic Stadium in London, but it has been a quite terrific Games. The performances have been every bit what you'd expect from the biggest show in the world of sport. So many iconic landmarks that have just become part and parcel of these Games, and that's what London has really brought to the table. The flags wave in celebration after so many good performances. The athletes represented down on the trackside, the nations coming together as one for the last time at the 2012 Games. The city has hosted this magnificently, and this closing ceremony really does signify how the whole of the world has come together here. Many of these athletes will now be turning their attentions to the next time they get the chance to compete for an Olympic medal. The flags of the nations stretch out around the track. The Olympic rings linked together at the centre of the stadium, the heart and soul of these Games. For now, the lights burn brightly over the Olympic Stadium, as does the flame. The closing ceremony is well underway, and the celebrations are going to go deep into the London night. It really has been a fantastic Games. Thank you for joining us. From Seth Bennett and Alison Kirbishley, we'll see you next time. Welcome to this beautiful Olympic Stadium built specifically for these Games. This really is the jewel of the crown. Absolutely sold out. What a venue this is. Let's look at the list of the athletes then. He looks in tip-top shape here.
United States of America.
Round number one, it's all about clearing that bar. This athlete is going to make an interesting selection here. Well, he's played safe, I can't believe that. Contact with the bar and it will fall. Well, this is the second attempt. Well, that won't be any good, I'm afraid. A stutter in the run-up will have cost this athlete. No chance of going clear when you hit the bar that hard. Well, the takeoff was poor there. I don't know what was wrong with this athlete, but I think they need to have another look at this. Welcome to the Aquatic Centre here in Stratford. This is the gateway to the Olympic Park, built specifically for these games. I can't help but feel that this athlete needs a world record to win this event. All 8 athletes on the blocks, ready to go. At the quarter point, they emerge from the water and the early leaders show their heads into their stroke pattern at 25 metres. Well, just not enough power in those strokes to see this athlete get into the top 3. Well, not quite the timing on the kick that was required, but still just about hanging on. In first place, Australia. In second place, China. Third place, Japan. 25 metres to go. Who's going to come out on top? Japan take gold. Second place and a silver medal for Team USA. Third place, bronze for Australia. Well, a silver medal, something to be proud of for the athletes. So close, though, to winning that gold medal. Bronze for Australia. Hello and welcome back to the Aquatic Centre. The next event is the 100 metres butterfly. That's 2 lengths of the pool. All 8 athletes are on the blocks. Silence descends. And we're off in the men's 100 metres butterfly. Back to the surface and we start to see the early leaders. All 8 athletes very, very close through 25 metres. Good stroke and good kick. The kick's weak. In first place, Australia. In second place, USA. Third, Belgium. Just over 25 metres to go and you can throw a towel over these. Final 10 metres, a hero will be born as they touch down. It's gold for Team USA. It's silver for Belgium. It's a bronze for Australia, who finish in 3rd. Well, let's have another look at that race. Another truly terrific performance, dominating in all areas. Such a powerful stroker. Welcome back to the London Aquatic Centre. This state-of-the-art venue really has been one of the jewels in the London 2012 crown. Well, there's no reason why this athlete isn't considering themselves one of the real medal contenders here. How strong will this athlete be? The 25-metre mark approaches. Very close through 25 metres. Now the power comes in. Really good stroking. Now it comes about the kick. Strong push and then kick away from the wall. In first place, Australia. Second place, USA. In third place, Russia. Needs to work hard in this final 25 metres. A full stretch, and it's a return to the gold medal column in the pool for Team USA. A place on the podium, second, and a silver medal. Great Britain can celebrate tonight. And bronze for Australia.
Let's take another look at the replay then, and the athletes showed all the way through this race that they had it in control. Great technique through the first 50 metres, and then that's where the... Welcome along to the Royal Artillery Barracks. The next event is the men's 25-metre rapid fire.
Attention. Stop.
The next event is the final of the men's 25-metre rapid-fire pistol.
Plenty of quality in this field as well. This really does bring together the best in the world. Well, the pressure's on, but this athlete looks right at home here. Round one, 8 seconds, seems like an eternity to hit 5 targets.
Attention.
Well, that was very, very average performance.
30.0.
Well, here's the leaderboard at the end of the first round, and Team USA are in 6th place. There we go, round 2 then. 2 seconds off the clock. Same number of targets. Well, missed out on the perfect round there. Well, the scoreboard doesn't lie, and sitting in 5th place after that round is what this athlete's looking at. Round 3 then. As before, 6 seconds to hit 5 targets. Pressure's on. Oh, yeah, he likes that. Well, still some work to do for the USA to get themselves into the top 3. We're at the midway point, and they're currently in 4th place. Round 4, 4 seconds then to hit the 5 targets. Now the pressure starts to mount.
Stop.
Outstanding stuff from this athlete in round 4. Round 5 then, and now accuracy is everything. Well, that's excellent. A grade A performance.
Next up is the competitor representing the United States of
This is the
America.
6th and final round. Well, that's a good round, and there's no doubt now that this competitor can have the confidence that they can keep up with the leaders here. I think he knows he still has more to come. Here's the replay.
With a score of 200 and...
A good performance from this athlete, but not enough to take gold on the day. Welcome back to the Royal Artillery Barracks. The next round is the final of the men's skeet.
The next event is the final of the men's skeet.
Well, there'll be plenty of competition. These athletes equally matched, not much between them.
United States of America.
Listen to the crowd's reaction. They really want to see this athlete take a medal. Here we are, station 1 then. Only needs to catch a small piece of the target. This is the double. Very impressive stuff, that. Well, the scoreboard's looking good here. 2nd place after that round.
United States of America.
Well, he draws a blank there. Let's have a look on the double. Well, this could throw the cat amongst the pigeons.
Next, the athlete from the United States of America.
difficult to hit when it moves away at such a speed, 88 kilometers an hour. Now for the double. Well, this athlete has struggled, and I think it's down to the amount of hours spent practicing and training. Well, the target moving away there, and that's a miss. Well, this has been described as the trickiest of all stations. This could be a pivotal point at station 4. Well, I think the pressure's telling here. 2 more targets still to hit. Looking for the double on station 4. Oh dear. Let's have a look at the leaderboard, and Team USA are in 4th place.
Representing the United States of America.
Has a piece of that. Can he follow it up with a double here? Well, that's a big confidence booster. USA in 3rd place after the latest round. Seemed a bit slow in moving the gun there. Now for the double. Well, that's all right, that's not bad. Certainly will put this athlete in the mix.
He's from the United States of America.
Nice shooting that round. Well, let's get confirmation on the standings after that last round, and USA are in 3rd. Misses with the first shot. Let's hope that doesn't set the tone. Well, station number 8, 2 singles, first from the high, then from the low. Will that make the difference in this competition? Station number 8. This is Ethan Dorney. Welcome for the final of the men's single sculls.
The next event is the final.
This really is a terrific venue, ready and waiting for these athletes. And what a field that we do.
Attention. Set.
Could this be an opportunity for another medal for Team USA? Well, the 6 rowers are ready.
Attention. Set.
So we're away on this very demanding stretch of water. And it's a struggle to keep in touch with the leaders. Great Britain out in front and in control. Good performance from Norway in second at the moment. Into the final 500 metres in this final, and now it becomes all about stamina. How much energy has this rower got left? This has been a poor performance so far, just as lacked that cutting edge. And I think rhythmically, things just haven't quite gone to plan.
Britain in first place and looking good. Looking good here, New Zealand in second place. Norway are in third. It's a good performance so far. Just a bit off the pace, Team USA. They're back in sixth. Great Britain has a new Olympic champion and a new national hero. It's gold for Team GB. Silver for New Zealand. Norway take bronze. Sixth place goes to Team USA. Well, here's the replay, and this is a run to forget, I'm afraid. What could go wrong certainly did go wrong. Up next, then, it is for the medals, the final of the men's trampoline.
The next event is the final of men's trampoline.
I'm not sure that there's an event that the USA don't believe that they can win, and this is certainly one, although they rank outsiders, they may get a chance to finish in the top three.
So they're sticking to the comfort zone, and it's a relatively easy selection there in the trampoline. Is this going to be enough, though, for them to win? Well, that's got to help the points total. Yes, excellent with the straight. A superb Barani. Oh, that is precision right there. Oh, come on, we really need to see the routine now. Oh, he's just struggling with that one. Oh, I'm sure the judges are going to like that twist. Well, what a finish to that trick. Very impressive height on the bed now, but needs to get into the routine. Executes that perfectly. Well, he's doing really well on the trampoline. Well, let's get a recap on that one now. Here's the replay.
United States of America.
It's going to be really interesting to see how the judges score this.
States of America.
Alison, thank you.